Two confirmed cases of swine flu and so far one death here in the Bahamas, prompting a renewed call for people to be vaccinated. This considering that for various reasons, Health Minister Dr. Dwayne Sands say most of it is superstition. Bahamians are reluctant to do so when nearly half of the population should.
When we look at individuals such as healthcare workers, young daycare providers, children, people that interact with children less than 5 years of age, the elderly, people that have chronic non-communicable diseases, heart disease, kidney failure, liver disease, neurologic problems, blood or metabolic disorders, including diabetes, people who have HIV or are otherwise immunosuppressed, people who are on steroids, pregnant women, people that live in nursing homes or other chronic care facilities, and people with extreme obesity, which when we're talking about the Bahamas, we're talking about a significant part of our population with a BMI greater than 40.
Now, just in case you're wondering, the minister says the flu vaccination has proven effective.
The vaccine probably reduces your risk by about 40 to 60%. Okay?
Okay.
It doesn't eliminate it, but it is thought that for those strains of flu that are in the vaccine, that if you were to still get them, that you would get a milder form of influenza. And if you look at the number of people who die every year from influenza around the world, there are thousands of people who die from influenza.
In 2017 to 2018, 80,000 people died from influenza, and that's just in the U.S. Dr. Sands says it's a bit difficult to say what that figure is locally, considering such deaths are given the broad term pneumonia.
In the private sector, a number of times people will have the test for influenza done when they present to hospital with pneumonia. In the public sector, we don't have the same capacity. Okay. Now, you can say we ought to have the capacity, but the truth is we don't.
Swine flu symptoms include a cough, fever, sore throat, stuffy or runny nose, body aches, headache, chills, and fatigue. In terms of the vaccination, if you're wondering if there's an age limit, Dr. Sands says everyone 6 months and older should get it every flu season. The flu vaccination is available at public clinics at no charge. The minister plans to get his this weekend. Not much is being revealed at this point, but the Prime Minister has confirmed that a company has been recommended to look into the increased cost of electricity in the country, a suggestion that must now be put before Cabinet.
We understand that there are some people having challenges with light bill. We're cognizant of that. We will do whatever we can to try and relieve their pain and their stress. That's what a good government does.
Frustrated and fed up with the hiked power bill, BPL consumers yesterday hit the streets, marching from the company's Blue Hill and Tucker Road head office straight to Bay Street, all the while calling for the power giant to go. Now, there were reports of police brutality during yesterday's protest. Here's what National Security Minister Marvin Daines had to say about that.
I would have spoken to one or two, and I told them that we have a vehicle, that if you felt as if your rights would have been violated, please don't leave it to yourself. Don't leave it to social media. Go and report it. I'd spoken to the acting commissioner, who is the deputy commissioner as well yesterday, who has oversight of discipline, and nothing has changed. If someone feels, no matter who it is, that your rights would have been violated, then we're saying, just go and report it.
Minister Daines at the time also responding to an online petition calling for his resignation in the wake of what some feel was negligence on the part of police and defense force personnel in terms of how initial search and rescue efforts for missing pilot Byron Ferguson were handled. The minister telling reporters he doesn't understand why persons made the call for his dismissal, but that they have a right to do as they choose.
I am currently the Minister of National Security, and I will continue, and I'm a Bahamian, and I take my job very seriously. And every day I wake up, 7 days a week, I give it my best to ensure that Bahamians are safe, that they're protected, that law enforcement, especially the police, defense force, and corrections, are doing their jobs to protect Bahamians. And my record is clear.
Minister,
I do it. I'm very transparent, very open in everything I do. All right? This is my country, and I'm going to do whatever I have to within the framework of the law to ensure that this is the safest and the best little country on earth.
Meantime, search efforts continue today. Head of Dive Operations Commander Sean Pinder says even though nothing substantial has been found, there are no signs of the investigation coming to an end anytime soon.
To the best of my knowledge, from my historical experience, we find that these investigations have been going on for some time. It's not unusual to have this extended up to 18 months to 2 years. They take a while because based on evidence. A lot of it also is predicated on tests that have to be done with those evidence and or debris that is found, and certain conclusions have to be drawn from that.
Captain Ferguson's lightweight aircraft went down now 2 weeks ago in waters near Nevada Beach. Meantime, a local farmer says no need for alarm over the recall of romaine lettuce. That is, once consumers purchase homegrown, organically produced greens. Field to Fork owner Dr. Salim Mahaber.
The recall refers to the imported lettuce, the lettuce produced in North America, and I highly, strongly encourage all consumers to follow the directions of discarding that product. We do not want to take the risk of becoming ill by the E. coli bacterium. However, there are a number of farmers, myself included, locally, who are growing romaine. Here at Field to Fork, we use sustainable organic methods, and I know for sure that BAIC is also marketing lettuce by farmers from throughout the country, romaine that is.
And as the horticulturist reminded, there are benefits of buying locally.
The benefit of buying locally is being able to look at the producer eye to eye and ask direct questions as to how they are growing their product. Being a nation depending heavily on imported food, over $500 million in imported food annually, we don't have the direct access to the people who are growing this food. So we are in quite a vulnerable situation. However, if you shift your shopping practices and choose to support local growers, you are able to talk to the farmer face to face, ask how they're growing their product, and definitely satisfy questions you may have as to how your food is being produced.
And romaine lettuce is not the only such leafy green you can purchase.
Lettuce blend, which is a mixture of 6 different types of lettuce. And as for other leafy greens, if lettuce is not your thing, there is arugula, there is spinach, and there's an Asian greens blend, which is a blend of leafy greens that can be eaten raw or cooked. And it contains a variety of leafy greens, mustards, spinach, mizuna. Please support your local farmers. It's very important that the consumer supports the farmers as often as they can to ensure that we can stay in business to provide better quality food.
Field to Fork harvest romaine lettuce on a weekly basis, 75 to 100 heads per week. You're watching JCN News. Stay with us.
This segment of the news was brought to you by Alive.